What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Jay Cancher, and you are tuning into Streaming with Jay. And let's get into it real quick. So, first thing I want to say is, violence is something that I don't condone per se. I feel like if you have to defend yourself, you do it by any means necessary, but you don't go out looking for a fight. If you have to defend yourself in many ways than one, there's always ways to do it. But I am never, ever, no matter what your views are, is to go out and lay violence out there in the world because someone has a different thought than you do. I think we should be able to express our thoughts, our emotions, our ideas, and ideals like peacefully, and that's the whole purpose of America. And with that being said, let's get active. So Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist, and the founder of the Turning Point USA, was shot at a campus earlier today at Utah Valley University. The shooting occurred during a Q&A session as part of Charlie Kirk's American Comeback Tour. A single shot struck near Charlie Kirk's neck while he was seated. Eyewitnesses say saw him slump and bleed before being evacuated by a security team. A suspect is in custody and the FBI is actively investigating. Utah Valley University has canceled classes and evacuated the campus as well. The full campus has been evacuated. Kirk's current condition is unknown, but he was taken to Intermountain Hospital, Health Utah Valley Hospital. I'll redo that. Why not? So we do have some public reactions. One from obviously President Donald Trump, posted on Truth Social. We must pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him. Vice President J.D. Vance, Senator Mike Lee also called for prayers and condemned the violence. California Governor Gavin Newsom labeled the attack disgusting, vile, and reprehensible, urging unity against political violence. Now, this is one of the things like I said, I had a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. I am not a proponent of violence. However, in these last, I gotta say, 5 years, there has been an upcharge or a full charge of political violence or violence in the name of political affiliation. And my personal opinion is, I may not agree with Charlie Kirk. I may not like Charlie Kirk. I don't know the guy. I don't know him at all, but I do watch his content here and there. And he may be, to me, so many different things, because I could take a ping at him all you want, but at the end of the day, he is a human being and he has thoughts and whatnot. And I wish people wouldn't do this, because all you're just going to do is martyr him. You're going to martyr and stick true to what his ideals is, what he is talking about. And to me personally, I never think it should resort to that amount of vitriol. You know, when you feel strongly about something, you should find a very healthy way and positive to do it. Now, I can't show you the video, but if you can look it up, if anything, you can go ahead and see it. It is out there. Trust me, it is out there, and you will find it. You will find it. Don't know where, but you will find it. You know what? You probably will find it on Reddit. I will tell you that much. You will find it on Reddit. Yeah, that video is pretty graphic. It's very graphic. One of my friends just sent it to me, and it is very, very gruesome. And it does not look good for him. But you know what? People have been brought back from worse. So let's just keep Charlie Kirk in our prayers and whatnot. Whether you agree with his politics or not, this is irreprehensible, and no one should be at the mercy and getting hurt like this. On the other hand, as much as we don't want this to happen, you gotta understand that it is the hate that you give, that you put out there. The rhetoric, your words do have power. And let this be a constant reminder, whether you right, left, middle, square, I don't give a damn. You know, there is no such thing as speech that is free. You must pay for everything you say. People think just because you live in the United States, you live in this bubble, that you cannot be touched. We are a nation of gun owners who exercise our Second Amendment rights every single day. And he is a staunch supporter of the Second Amendment rights. And it's coming, in a sense, to bite him, and the chickens come home to roost. And I don't like to say this because this man is fighting for his life right now. But it was the same thing when Malcolm X said it. When you put so much hate into the world, it's a matter of time before the chickens come home to roost. And that's what got him canceled. And because he said it about JFK. And it's not like he hated JFK. He's just saying, your culture has put that all out there into the world, and you expect it not to come back to you full circle. And let it be a lesson to other conservatory activists and all these wannabe conservative activists or conservative pundits or Republican go-hards or try-hards. And it's the same for the left. Let's get it in perspective. Let's get this stuff in perspective, because there are dangerous people. You haven't met crazy until you've met a person who is crazier than you. There's always someone bigger than you. Stronger, faster, smarter, psychotic. You may be a normal person, but they're on the other end of that spectrum. So you can't, it's not saying that you wanted it to happen, but I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. And then you're going to have the whole red pill, or the new red pill, all these idiots that are in the same breath or the same frequency as Charlie Kirk, but they're kind of lower tier than Charlie Kirk. You have your Ben Shapiro's, you have your right now the idiot Myron Gaines. You have a lot of these people who are going out there to these campuses and doing debates or hitting the streets, and you spew worse stuff than Charlie Kirk has spit. At least Charlie Kirk will stay to the political arena and whatnot and try to keep it civil. Because I have seen his interviews, and he does at least try to keep it civil. Very, very, very civil. And I've seen other people who don't give a damn about civility. So all I'm going to say is be careful out there. Be careful out there. So this is the end of the video. I just jumped in here at the end of the video to add on more. So there's been an update since I was recording, or editing rather, and unfortunately, tragically, Charlie Kirk has passed away. Well, we was talking about he was shot earlier today at 12:10 p.m. today, and he was pronounced dead not too long ago. The story just released around 4:46 p.m. Via Variety. Our hearts and prayers goes out to Charlie Kirk and his family and his loved ones. This is very tragic, no matter what side you are on, and it just goes to show you that it is never that deep. I hope the person who did kill him, it goes to hell in the court system. May he rot in jail. Like I said, I don't care what side you're on. There is a way to be civil about things. There's other ways to express your disdain for this other person, but this is just out of pocket. This is just out of pocket. But it just, once again, to reiterate on what I said in the video, it's all about the hate you give. And I've seen his videos, and at first I was a follower because he seemed like a very intelligent person. He seemed like he was on them on the market. It's just like Steven Crowder and Tommy Lauren and a couple of other conservative activists, political commentators and whatnot. And it's just, they had this twist of a turn and just started seemingly ad hominem attacking people with facts, quote unquote facts. And that'll be a video for another day. But right now, it's a time for grieving. It's a time for time for understanding, and time for humility and some grace and some empathy. Because even though Charlie Kirk was out in the public eye, and he was a very how can I put it, incendiary or a topic type of person, his family had nothing to do with this. So yeah, so if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to try to cover more stories like this, and make sure you turn your notifications on. This is Streaming with Jay. I'm going to sign out here, and we'll talk more about this developing story as it unfolds. Who was the suspect that the police have in custody? Any tributes people have condoned to him, and where were we at on gun violence in this country? Because he was a staunch gun owner and supporter of the Second Amendment rights, and someone exercising that right took his life. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here. You take it easy, and remember, it's the hate that you give